Anytime someone goes through a life change, they're likely to have a housing need change. So examples, someone gets married or someone gets divorced, someone is born or someone dies. Every one of these is public information. If someone gets married, that marriage certificate is public info. Anybody can get it. If someone gets divorced, every single court proceeding is public information. If someone is born or someone dies, that household address is public information. If you were in the stock market, they'd consider that insider trading. You can get that access and you ain't using it. What system would you send them? Okay, here's 700 people that got married in the last 6 months in your county. What are you sending them? Here's 700 people that filed for divorce. You can see 350 of them owned a home. You know why they got a divorce? Money fights. That means between the two of them, they can't afford that mortgage. So he can't refinance to get her off the mortgage. She can't refinance to get him off the mortgage. As a decree of the divorce, they are forced to sell. You ain't sending shit. So think about this. This is all public info. Let's talk about marriage and divorce. What does your sales letter or your high value postcard look like that you're sending them? We know we can get the list. We can get it any county in America. We can get that list. What are you sending them? What about the offer that they will deem as helpful, educational, useful? What are you sending them? Once they reply to that, how do you schedule a meeting? And what's the beneficial purpose of the meeting? Show me the talking points that you're using in the face-to-face meeting for an immediate contract signing. So, okay, it's a divorce situation. Okay, how are we meeting? What are we saying? How are we keeping everything simmered? Generally, they're very, very easy to work with. They just want to be done. There's not any fighting or anything like that. They're way past that by the time the court has determined they need to sell their home. You know what they're trying to do? Get as much money as they can. Show me your 6-part email and your 2-part text that automatically goes out to all of these leads that you don't have to pay anybody for, by the way, that goes out to all of these leads to build value and gets them to reach out to you for an appointment. I always tell everybody, if you're buying leads from all of these other companies, you aren't buying leads at all. You're buying swiped contact information that unknowingly to the lead was sold to you and 2 other agents and 3 investors and 3 lenders. It goes to 3 realtors, 3 lenders, 3 investors with an awful lot of these programs out there. That's not a lead. They'll literally say, how'd you get my contact info? That's not a lead. What we do is find those motivated prospects, have a great offer that goes to them, and they contact us. A little side note, we love working with divorcing prospects that are working with flat fee attorneys. Do me a favor, write that down. If you're working with divorce prospects, you want to work with those that work with flat fee attorneys. You guys have seen the signs on the side of the road like, we'll handle your divorce for $399. You know why we like working with those? Because they aren't fighting. That attorney is representing both of them. That's a lot easier than those that are fighting. The wife comes to the closing table and she says, why don't you have his ugly ass girlfriend sign that paperwork? I don't want to deal with those. I want the easy ones. If they're working with one attorney, it's just, hey, we don't want to be together anymore. Let's not keep bringing our money in here by the wheelbarrow load. Let's have an attorney file everything. We'll find out what we got to do with the kids, the pets, the house, and we can go our separate ways. Those are so easy. And by the way, they have a lot of volume. So these prospects are getting along. They're using one attorney to finalize everything, and there's absolutely no fighting. They're very easy transactions, and these attorneys get tons of volume. But here's the cool part in your operating system. The sales copy that they get is perfect. We're saying exactly the right thing in every single communication. We're conquering all of the objections that they customarily have. That's another framework all of our members with Greg Luther Inner Circle Coaching use to generate more closings for themselves every month. Do me a favor. Tell me how many divorces there are in your county every month. How many marriages there are in your county every month. Summertime more than wintertime in many cases. How many people are there always people born in your county every month? Are there always people that die in your county every month? That is public information and you ain't sending squat. Again, it's another simple and uncomplicated operating system that you put in place to generate consistent closings. This is effective marketing, and it doesn't matter which agent's name is on the campaign. Where it used to be is you had to hire a professional copywriter and you had to pay $10,000 to $15,000 per campaign for what they call funnels to build all of this out for you. And the problem was you were priced out of the market. We provide this in Greg Luther Inner Circle Coaching. You don't pay extra for that. I want you to imagine you have a campaign that's just like that for not only the divorce prospects in your town, but also the recently married, and also all families that just had a birth, and all that just recently had a death. And can you do that in a ethical way that doesn't seem predatory? You don't want to be an ambulance chaser, but you want to be there to help. It's what we call life changes. As an example, if somebody had a death in the family, grandma died, we're probably going to have to sell grandma's home, and you can pull the list to see who has no mortgage. You can simply say, is your family going through any of these life changes, a birth or a death or a marriage or a divorce? We know we're sending it to the deaths, but it doesn't look like, hey, sorry to see grandma died, right? It's done in an ethical, moral way where they feel like they found you. These folks going through a life change often have a housing need change, and you are the one with very helpful, educational, non-salesy info for them. They thank you when they call you, and you have consistent info in front of them. You see, this is really, all of these campaigns are just like drilling for oil. If you've ever seen how they drill for oil, you don't dig really, really deep. You don't do that at first. You just tap over here, you tap over here. You're trying all these things until you strike oil, and then you dig as deep as you possibly can. And once you find that oil, your finances are covered, and your kids and their kids and their kids, your family is covered for good because you struck oil. But you got to keep tapping in all these places. In your entire career, you've been tapping around trying to find it. When you finally strike oil, and you know what a good, solid campaign looks like. This isn't about promoting you or trying to brand you or having your picture on billboard. Nobody gives a shit about you. They care about themselves and what you can do to help them. So if you can do it the right way and strike oil, you're covered for life. You become a GLMC member if you do exactly what you're told to do and you implement consistently and you start loving what you're doing again here. Once you find out how to get to that oil and you get it flowing for you and you find that underground reservoir, you're building infrastructures all around it because it's bringing in ridiculous amounts of money for you and for your family, for your loved ones, for many years to come. I got to tell you, I do really, really well, very well financially. And that's great. I can live the great life and I can have the nice things, but there's nothing better than being able to help your loved ones, those that you wish you could help more, to donate to the charities that are important to you, to the causes that are important to you, to handle hobbies that you'd love to spend more time with. That's the big benefit here, the quality of life and the number of people you can help when you finally strike oil. But the problem is you can't find the system. You keep tapping away. Dead spot, dead spot, dead spot, dead spot. No matter what it is for you, it might be Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulio, or all of the combination of all of them that are blending together now and taking. How did you buy that company for $3 billion? How are you worth $3 billion and 100% of your money comes from real estate agents? That's a problem. You need to build your own business, not dependent on someone else. You need to have your own operating system. That's exactly what we've done here for countless agents. And it's why I'm sharing with it here today. So I want you to utilize it. Fortunately, it's simple. I mean, I think the big advantage here is it's unsophisticated and it's practical. So any agent can profit from this approach. Any agent can do this. It's practical and it's unsophisticated. That's the way I've always preferred to do things. I don't download apps. I don't care about any of that shit. I want simple and I want results. We have tons of templates and frameworks for all kinds of niches. And I don't care if you're 117 years old, you can still utilize it. Once you have an operating system in place for some of the extremely profitable niches, You can generate a consistent flow of new prospects on a monthly basis. Guess what? You've struck oil. You've struck oil. And that means you may not have to worry about your finances anymore. You may not have to worry about good month versus bad month. I don't want you to think that you close 4 deals this month and then you close nothing next month, and then you close 3 deals and then you close nothing, and then you close 5 and then you close nothing. I don't want you to think you average 3 a month. You ain't averaging 2. You need consistency. And if you can strike oil, it doesn't stop flowing. Consistently, you have to turn it off when you're ready. It means you don't have to worry about finances anymore. That's what a good operating system can do for you.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.